All rise, it's Judgment Day. That's right. Aaron Judge hit his 62nd home run on the season. He is now the AL home run record. Big night in Dallas for Aaron Judge hitting that record. Got a great episode for you guys, breaking all that down, looking to this weekend in the NFL and college football. What a crazy week, or what a crazy season in the football world, because we do not know who is the best team in any sport. But here to break that down with me is the man, Cooper Shepard from the Press Room Podcast. Coop, thanks for coming back on. It's been a minute.
Yeah, appreciate you having me on the show. Glad to be here and excited to talk sports.
Yeah, so before we dive into everything, make sure you follow Burgers and Brats on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Follow it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, Pandora, anywhere you get your podcast. Where can we find the Press Room?
Instagram, the dot press room, and then Twitter is the exact same.
All right, sweet. Go give the Press Room a follow. Watching this YouTube video. So Cooper, are you much of a baseball fan? I'm not really sure.
Yeah. No, I'm a big Braves fan. I'm from Tennessee, so that was the closest team to where I'm from. So
They had a great season. I mean,
yeah,
100 wins without Freddie Freeman coming back and taking the division from the Mets.
yeah.
Were you surprised they did that?
Yeah, because we were 10 and a half games back at one point, and we kind of got just like we did last year, got hot at the right time. Made a little run over the last month, and yesterday we clinched the division. So it's a good time to be a Braves fan.
I mean, I was impressed, especially after losing Freddie Freeman to the Dodgers. But I mean, you guys only finished 10 games back of them
Yeah.
on the season. And yeah, just overall impressed with that, because we all knew the Mets were on fire throughout the season and just giving up that 10 and a half game lead. High hopes for them going into the playoffs. How far does the
Uh,
Braves team go?
yeah, obviously we're defending our World Series title from last year. I don't think they were expected to win the World Series by anybody last year, but obviously, like I said, we got hot. So as a Braves fan, I've got high hopes. Hopefully we can make it back.
Yeah, I think they can do good. I think I picked them. I at least picked them to make it to the championship series to face the Dodgers. If I think that's how the bracket works out. But what do you think of Aaron Judge's 62nd home run on the season being the new AL champ? Or were you impressed by this?
Yes, because I'm assuming he gets tested for PEDs about every day. And in an era where it's heavily tested, we know he's not on them. Yeah, it's very impressive. It's I would have liked to have been that fan that caught the ball, get a little extra cash, a couple million, but
Yeah,
it's cool to
they said the
see.
ball was worth at least $2 million
Yeah,
minimum. But
yeah,
yeah,
there's a
like you
potential.
said, the non-PD era. This is only the fourth or fifth guy who's hit 60 plus home runs in the entire MLB history, and this is the first guy or the second guy to do it without PEDs, basically. So, I have to give my 2 cents on this. I can go back and forth on if you believe this is the true home run record. I think they should probably categorize this as the true clean home run record, and then you have the PED era. But do you think Aaron Judge is the legitimate, the top of the above Barry Bonds in the home run category?
Honestly, I still haven't made a decision on this. It's kind of hard to say. I'm gonna say yes, just because he's not using anything. So like,
All
I
right,
mean,
man. Come on the show anytime you're agreeing with me. I'm loving it. I'm loving this first segment. We are doing good.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I can see. I know Roger Maris Jr., the son of Roger Maris, says, yeah, this is the new home run record. Aaron Judge hitting 62. I'm so glad he finally got it done. I mean, he finished it with a game or 2 games left. Some of us we were sweating, didn't know if he was actually
yeah,
going to hit the home run.
yeah. It came down to the end. I would last night I was watching the game. I was like, man, I hope he gets it just because like obviously I want to see it happen. And his first at bat of the game, and he just goes yard. I was like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, that was awesome. That Yankees team is getting hot too. I mean, just a remarkable season for Aaron Judge. Did not get the Triple Crown, but presumably getting the MVP. So let's talk some. Let's go. Let's go NFL first. Let's talk some NFL. What are your thoughts been on the NFL season? I've been thinking this is a crazy NFL season. I mean, no team is better than the next person below them. I mean, the
Yeah,
Eagles are obviously undefeated. They've struggled a little bit. Well, coming out of the gate, they struggled a little bit. Their teams haven't been as great that they've been playing, but overall, I still think the Eagles are a really good team. And I mean, every team is just losing to everybody. Anyone can lose on any given Sunday.
Yeah, there's no clear cut like they're gonna win the Super Bowl. It's just like you never like every it's almost like college football, which I've always liked college football more because it's like it's kind of all the upsets and stuff. And NFL is like it's kind of like that this year. You
Yeah,
just don't know who's like every game's a toss up. So I kind of
yeah.
like that aspect of it, honestly. I like to see that.
No, I mean these bad teams are beating these what we thought were great teams, and everyone's just beating up on each other. It's going to be a fun. I mean, this is week 5 now, I believe, so it's going to be a fun few more weeks going to the NFL, especially when we get in the meat of the season. Let's start with our first game to pick. We'll start in London, 8:30 a.m. Central Time this Sunday. Packers versus Giants. Packers favored by 8 points. You watched the game last week in London. The London does not disappoint in the NFL.
I watched the second half, yeah.
Yeah, so the games do not disappoint in London. Expect this game probably won't be as close. Who knows what we've seen in the NFL? Anything can happen. Rodgers, somehow the Packers are 3-1. Giants are 3-1 as well, but somehow the Packers are still 3-1, losing their wide receiver core. They just have not looked great. They've got a few good wins. Had that big win in Tampa Bay, but who knows how big that was after the last few weeks. Giants surprising 3-1 team for me, but coming into this game, Daniel Jones and Tyrod Taylor are probably most likely going to be a no-go. They're going to rely on Davis Webb more than likely from their practice squad to come up and play in London. Saquon though, 460 some odd yards through the ground game. He's the number one rusher, I think, in the Giants are the number one rush team in the league. So Saquon is back. That is going to play a major role in this game, keeping the ball out of Aaron Rodgers' hands. Green Bay top 6 in offense and defense getting it done on both sides. So, and they've got Aaron Rodgers. So I don't think this game will be close. Who knows? It's in London, but give me the Packers in this one.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously Daniel Jones being out kind of hurts him. I'm not saying Daniel Jones is great, but
Yeah,
I'm not sure about Davis Webb.
I think this will be his first start. I mean, it's got to be.
Yeah, he was a rookie like I think he was 4 years ago. I don't know. He's been in the league for a while, but he's always just been like a third stringer practice squad guy. So
So, I
first
mean,
start in London against the Packers, I don't know, man.
yeah, that's some kind of start. You're never gonna forget that one, especially if you get a win. So we go both going Packers on this one.
Yeah.
All right, easy. All right, let's go to Baltimore. The Bengals go to the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens a 3-point favorite. Kind of thought this game would maybe be 2 undefeated by this time in the season. Two really great teams. I mean, the Bengals are finally getting hot again. Ravens look amazing through 3 quarters, and in the fourth quarter they just don't know how to close out. They are 32nd in the league in pass defense, 30th overall in defense. Who you got in this one? Baltimore, Bengals, Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens just because of their offense. I think in my opinion, Lamar Jackson's MVP as of right now. And I'm just gonna say they stay hot and beat the Bengals.
Over Jalen Hurts, you have Lamar as the MVP.
Um, I don't know. I think I guess yeah, I didn't really think about that. I
I
don't know.
mean,
It's
Lamar, no,
I guess
Lamar, I can agree with Lamar being MVP.
I,
He's got 86% of the offense running through him. I can go with that.
yeah, it'd be I mean, obviously Jalen Hurts is undefeated right now, so I guess it could be him, but that's why the MVP is not decided right now. We'll see in
Yep.
at the end of the
Still
year.
got a lot of weeks to go. But those two guys are balling out. Really, the Bengals haven't really got much going with the ground game with Joe Mixon. They're only averaging 86 yards a game on the ground.
Yeah, their O line is terrible.
It's not been good for a while. A little disappointed in how the Bengals are playing this year.
Yeah, obviously they started out pretty bad. Uh,
I think they're 2-2 now. So
yeah, they picked it up a little bit. Obviously, it's still early, so we'll see. But
all right, both going with the Ravens in this one. I think they can finally maybe get it done in the fourth quarter, hold it down. Next, let's pick the MVP. This is the true MVP, Cooper. Cooper Rush.
dude,
MVP.
what is he 3-0 now?
3-0, heading to the Rams this week. Defending Super Bowl champs. Rams 5.5-point favorites. Is there a quarterback battle in Dallas in the Big D?
I'm gonna go yeah.
All right.
I think I was kind of hard picking this one. I wasn't really sure because I'm like, no way Cooper Rush goes 4-0. But it's
The Rams have looked awful, man. They
yeah,
look so they lost 27-9 or something against the 49ers this week. Oh,
yeah, that's why I'm gonna go Cowboys. I'm gonna say Cooper Rush stays hot and impresses the world again.
I like the pick. I like the pick. I mean, Matt Stafford's had 6 interceptions, 4 touchdowns, I believe, on the year. Yeah, 4 tutties, 6 interceptions. They were 28th overall in offense. You
Yeah,
don't expect more out of Sean McVay, for sure.
yeah, it's
Cooper Rush on the other side, 0 interceptions. Dallas offense, it's not looking bad under Cooper Rush, only putting up, I think, 18 points a game. But let Zeke eat, feed him the ball a little more. Him and Pollard, defense still top 7. Is it bad to say I trust Cooper Rush more than I trust Matt Stafford going into this week? I
I
mean,
mean, with how the Rams have been Stafford have been looking, no.
yeah, I, I I'm with you. All right, we're going 3 for 3 on these picks. I'm going Cowboys over the Rams. A lot of points given to the Rams on this one. They don't trust Cooper Rush in that bright LA time, in the bright LA lights. So let's go to our fourth and final game. 2 former Oklahoma Sooner quarterbacks and a guy who could win the MVP, Jalen Hurts, undefeated Eagle squad, head to the desert and face the Arizona Cardinals. Eagles are a 5-point favorite. Before you pick this one, Coop, Cardinals are 0-2 at home on the season.
I'm gonna say they go 0-3. I'm not going to pick against the Eagles until they prove that they should be picked against. Like they're 4-0, they're hot as can be. I'm not gonna pick against them until I'll probably pick them until they lose, honestly.
Man, what is this? I'm going with the Eagles as well. Jalen Hurts, 1,100 yards on the year. Their offense ranks second and defense third overall. You're not going to beat a team, I mean, unless you're playing perfect football that is ranked second and third, respectively on both sides of the ball. Cardinals, maybe they got their groove back a little last week against the Panthers, but they just have not been looking good in the first half of a game. I don't know what's wrong with there. You think this is the year that Cliff Kingsbury has finally let go of the Cardinals job?
I think it's too early to say, but what I think will happen, yeah, they're looking like an average team. Obviously, that's not what they're supposed to be. They've got a good quarterback. They've got good weapons. Obviously, D Hop is still out, but
Yeah,
I
one
don't
more
know.
week after this one, I believe, or he comes back week 7, so suspended 6 games. So 2 more weeks until they get D Hop back. I mean, they're sitting at 2-2 right now. And then a miracle overtime win against the Raiders, which could have
Yeah.
put them at 1-3. But yeah, a little shocking in Arizona right now, especially with Kyler Murray. See if that offense if they can get out to a hot start. I think they can definitely have a chance to win this game because the reason they haven't won these games because they've just been slow starts. What are your thoughts on Baker Mayfield in Carolina?
Um, I'm not an OU fan, but I kind of did want to see him succeed just because he kind of got did dirty by the Browns, went to a new team, kind of had to like reestablish himself. But he hasn't looked good. He hasn't
Mm-mm.
looked good, and I don't know. I mean, obviously he doesn't have a whole lot around him. He's got McCaffrey, but like I don't. I think part of it's just I honestly don't know what it is with Baker, but
Yeah, still coming off that shoulder surgery. I mean, he's got the quickest. He has to release the ball the quickest in the NFL. I think it's 1.1 seconds before he's under pressure, which is like the highest in the NFL. You got
yeah,
Ben McAdoo as your offense coordinator. I mean, what much can you do with that? But hopefully he can turn around. But yeah, it just not look good for Baker in Carolina. He needs to eat some more Bojangles, and then maybe that'll help.
yeah, yeah. I agree.
All right, lock of the week. I am going with Pittsburgh plus 14 against the Bills. Hey, this Bills team, one of my top teams, or my number 2 team rated team in the league. Kenny Pickett, first start of his career. I mean, last week, none of his balls hit the ground, Cooper. You know why? 3 of them were interceptions. But none of his balls touched the ground, all caught by someone, his team or not. But give me Kenny Pickett plus 14 against the Bills. And crazier things have happened in the NFL. I mean, these are grown men going against grown men. Who knows what can happen on any given Sunday from what we've seen.
Yeah, yeah. This will be Kenny Pickett's first start,
Yes.
but yeah, we'll see. He only had three incompletions last week, and they're all picks, right?
Yep. So no incompletions.
Yeah, so
Not one incompletion for Kenny Pickett last week.
I think two of them weren't even his fault, but
Yeah, probably hit the hands. Do you have a lock
we'll
of the
see.
week for a team you really like this week?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I didn't. This is not a very good like lock of the week, I could say, but I'm just gonna go Ravens, Bengals. They're favored by 3, and I think they easily cover that.
All right, barring a second half collapse, let's hope so. For Lamar's sake, or for John Harbaugh's sake, that
Yeah.
he can get a win. Anything else in the NFL world? Do you have a top few teams in the league that you've seen? Top five?
Yeah. I'll be quick with it. I'll start with 5 and go Dolphins. As of right now, I don't think they're gonna maintain that, but obviously we don't know how long 2 is out. We'll see. Packers 4. They're hot right now. We'll see if they can keep it up. Chiefs 3, Bills 2, and I gotta put Eagles at 1.
All right, we have the exact same top three. I believe my fifth team. I think my 15 was the Ravens. I have the Ravens in there, and then I think I had Miami and the Ravens finishing out my top five. But yeah, the same top three right there. Uh, really, I mean, and those teams have lost. All these teams have losses. I mean,
Yeah.
one or two losses. I mean, the
And I
Ravens
think
I have two, and they're in my top five, which is
yeah.
insane.
Yeah, I think with the season we have right now, that top 5 probably changes every week, but
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I just keep like put one in, scribble it out, put another one in, scribble it out. Like, I don't know, man. I do not know. Anything else in the NFL? Anything you want to talk about for this weekend?
I'm a Titans fan, so go Titans, I guess.
Who do they play? Washington. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tennessee favored by 2.5.
Yeah, it should be a dub, but you never know, obviously.
I think I'd take the Titans. I think I'd take them.
Carson Wentz ain't been looking too good.
No, he's not. I'll take the Titans for you. I'll take them. I'll roll with them. All right. Let's move on to On This Day in History real quick, sponsored by Hefner Eye Care. 1982, the musical Cats opened on Broadway. Have you seen the musical or the new movie,
I
Cats?
have not.
Me neither, and we should be thankful because here it's just awful. 1945, the
Didn't.
microwave oven is patented. And then 1919, the World Series Black Sox scandal happened. Some birthdays to give out. John Mellencamp, Matt Damon, and Bruno Mars. Happy birthday to all those people. On this day, sponsored by Hefner Eye Care. Schedule your eye exam. Go get some contacts, glasses, sunglasses, anything your eyes desire at 405-728. Call now at 405-728-8853. All right, big weekend. Pretty big games in college football happening.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on what a crazy football season it's been? I mean, we had Georgia, the number one. No one is touching Georgia, and then they go out almost lay an egg to Missouri. Then you have Alabama coming in week 1 or 2, almost losing to Texas, and we're like, oh, they're awful. They're coming in. They're like the number one team now. What are you making of this season? This is an insane college football season.
Yeah, it's been crazy. For me as a Tennessee fan, I've really enjoyed it because they've never been this good in my lifetime.
Treating Josh
Um,
Apple right out there. Thank you.
yeah. I think Georgia's been kind of struggling a little bit. There's like an upset every week. Kansas is in the top 25. OU is, I don't even know what's happening. Like,
Don't ask me. I don't know. I'm just a fan.
yeah,
Do you
crazy,
have
man.
a top 10 or top five in your college football?
Yes. I have a top 10.
All right, let's hear it. Let's give out our top 10 through 5, and then we'll do 5 through 1.
Okay. I got number 10. I don't really like this pick right now. I have Penn State. I'm kind of hesitant about that because I don't know if they're really the 10th rate team, but I think Kentucky's kind of overrated. So I went with Penn State. Ole Miss at 9. They're still undefeated. They're looking good. Oklahoma State at 8. USC at 7 and Tennessee at 6.
All right, I mean, we have pretty much the exact same list. Penn State though, for me, you give up 5 turnovers in a game, you don't deserve to be in my top 10. They gave up 5 turnovers last week to Northwestern. Somehow Northwestern scored 0 points off 5 turnovers for Penn State. I know it was a monsoon, but give me Kentucky at 10. I'm against you on this. I love Kentucky. I wanted to rank them above Ole Miss, but I was like, I can't because
Really?
I mean they just lost to them. But I really like this Kentucky team. They're a illegal procedure penalty away from winning that game.
I
In Ole
I
Miss.
just I just can't see the Will Levis hype. Like I just don't see it.
I mean, yeah, they had 2 turnovers inside the red zone against Ole Miss, credits that defense, and then I mean he throws that touchdown pass with about 30 seconds left, and then offsides, and then gives up a fumble the next play. I think Mark Stoops, Kentucky, this team's pretty good. I mean, we're gonna see. It's only been 5 weeks, so we're gonna see in the next coming weeks, especially when they play Georgia, Tennessee. That game will be amazing. 9, Ole Miss, just like you said. I'm not really sure about this Ole Miss team. I really hadn't heard a single thing about them until they played Kentucky. I mean, they've been under the radar.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State at 8. Yeah, they got a big win last week. Don't know how good Baylor is. That's already their second loss. Baylor just made so many mistakes that shot themselves in the foot in that game, which they should have won. USC at 7 for me. Tennessee at 6. This USC team are you pretty hype on them?
Yeah, but I think they should be a little bit better. They almost lost to Oregon State, which didn't look too good. But
And
other
I
than that,
last week against Arizona State, I'm pretty sure it was uh, uh one, maybe 2 possession game towards the
yeah,
end.
oh yeah, I watched that one too. Yeah, so they should be beating those teams by more than 2 possessions
That's Lincoln
with
Riley for you, man.
yeah.
Will not beat the bad teams by the spread. So let me get. I'm guessing our top 5 might be a little different. I'll give out my top 5 and then you tell me yours. 5, I got Michigan. Not really sold on them. I mean, close game against Maryland. They won handily against Iowa. It wasn't that big of a score. Didn't play great. Number 4, I've got Ohio State. They really just haven't played a single person yet. I do not know about this Ohio State team. They're putting up points, which is good,
Mhm.
but they haven't played anyone. And number 3, I wanted to put Georgia here, but I put Clemson. I didn't know if I should up Georgia that much, but Clemson really impressed me. Didn't think they'd be that good. And then number 2, Georgia, yeah, struggling the last 2 weeks. And then number 1, Roll Tide.
Okay. I've got Michigan at 5, just like you did. I had Clemson at 4. Just because I mean they played NC State pretty well.
Yeah, and I'm not a huge fan of NC State. I didn't think they were that good, but I mean, top 10 win.
Yeah, so I had them at 4 just because I have the 3 teams ahead of them. I just think they're better. I did drop UGA 2 spots. I have them at 3. They struggled with Kent State a little bit, and then it came down to the very end against Mizzou, and obviously those are 2 teams that are not
Not good.
good.
Okay.
I have Ohio State at 2. Obviously, like you said, they haven't really had any good competition yet, but they're putting up a lot of points, and I think until they get proven that they're not that number 2 team, I'm just gonna have them there. And then Bama at 1.
All right. So a little different. Way more variety in our top 5 picks in our 10 through 6. So yeah, it's going to be a fun college football season. Well, I mean, not for me, but not this year. One of those seasons. It happens every once in a while. So let's pick some games. Let's start Florida State at number 14, North Carolina State. North Carolina State, a 3-point favorite. North Carolina State, that surprising season, it could have been ended week 1 against East Carolina where they missed a game-winning field goal. But honestly, I'm pretty high on Florida State. They had that loss against Wake Forest. They got that win against now ranked LSU in week 1. North Carolina State, though, is looking for their 5th win in 6 tries against Florida State. So NC State has owned these Seminoles in recent memory. I just like Florida State. I think I like this Florida State team. I think they win 28-24. Leary's been playing really good for the Wolfpack, but give me Florida State in this one.
Okay, interesting. I'm gonna go. I just think NC State's a better team here, and so that being said, I'm going NC State 31-24.
That is our first differential pick of the day.
Yep.
All right. Let's go with. Oh, so I got a good game for you right here. I forgot you're a Tennessee fan. So, number 8, the Vols, heading to Baton Rouge, Death Valley to face Brian Kelly and the LSU Tigers. Tennessee's favored by 3 in this one. I could see this one as an upset pick. Just because it's Death Valley. Teams. Recently, I guess it really hasn't mattered. But give me the insight on your Tennessee Vols. How big are they gonna beat Brian Kelly?
Yeah, so obviously I'm gonna pick them to win here, but I think they do need our defense has looked absolutely terrible. Like really bad. So if they're gonna stay on this path that they are, I think they're gonna need to clean that up a little bit. Offense is amazing. Obviously, Hendon Hooker's playing great. Their offense, he hasn't done one pick. Offense is looking really good, but they really got to clean that defense up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
they're
go 38-31.
38-31, Tennessee. All right. Yeah, that defense you just mentioned, 128th against the pass.
Is that last?
I think 130, 31st, 32nd last.
Okay.
But you are spots away from being the worst pass defense in the league. Yeah. So, but lucky for you, LSU can't really throw the ball. Jane Daniels, leading passer and rusher though, for LSU, 0 interceptions on the year. You guys can't really run the ball either, from what I've seen from Tennessee. So I think LSU's really got to force that run game, for Tennessee. This Tennessee team, man, Josh Heupel, he's got them looking like one of the best teams in college football. I think you guys are, I believe, top 3 in total offense. But coming off this bye week, does it scare you that this offense might slow it down a little bit? It might be slowed down for maybe a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half, and that ultimately could ruin the game for you guys. Where LSU's coming off a hot win against Auburn, they're finally ranked. They've been playing really good. This LSU team is 10 or 1 extra point away from being 5-0. So, are you a little worried about that?
No, honestly. I honestly think it might help a little bit. I think we needed the bye week. Our top receiver has been hurt. We still don't know if he's going to play this week. I'm not sure, but I don't think it'll affect us.
All right. I'm going Tennessee as well, though. 27-24, a little lower.
I
Let's
will be
go.
I'm excited for that.
It should be a really, really good game. Let's go to the out west, number 11 Utah at number 18 UCLA. Utah actually a 3.5-point favorite. I had UCLA in my Pac-12 championship game for this season. I'm looking godly on that pick. DTR finally playing to the hype. Looking like a Heisman right now. Both these quarterbacks a combined 24 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and this is going to be an amazing matchup. My game of the week. UCLA, it's their 5th home game of the year. They're 4-0, while Utah is 1-1 on the road. Give me the Bruins winning 31-30, 1-point game. Give me the Bruins, UCLA, baby.
I like the pick. I picked UCLA 34-28. They're undefeated right now. They still can't seem to fill the stadium or even like close to it, but it's not affecting their play. They're looking good. And so I'm gonna go UCLA with the upset.
Yeah, hopefully these fans are starting to see that this UCLA team might be better than this USC team. They just haven't got the hype for it. All right, game day is going to Lawrence, Kansas for the undefeated Jayhawks. We're not just 1 week in, we're 5 weeks in, and the Jayhawks are undefeated. Number 17 TCU heads to number 19 Kansas. TCU a 7-point favorite in this game, coming off a just smacking of the Oklahoma Sooners. This is the only ranked matchup in the Big 12, ranked versus ranked, which is just remarkable. I don't think we'd ever be saying this. KU is first ranking since 2009. Jalen Daniels, quarterback, best QBR in college football. And we learned last week that Kansas can also win with their defense, which they're going to need because TCU was second in points in second overall in college football, 48.5 points per game. Kansas being good can only last so long, guys. It's not going any further. Max Duggan and the Horned Frogs are going into Lawrence and getting a win over the Kansas Jayhawks. Both quarterbacks playing great football, both identical, but give me the Horned Frogs over Kansas, 42-38.
So this is going to be an entertaining game. Obviously, it's kind of crazy to see Kansas undefeated. Didn't think I'd ever see that, but here we are.
I mean,
College
maybe
game
one
day.
weekend, but not 5 weeks in.
College game day at Kansas. Heisman candidate quarterback. I disagree with your pick, and I don't. This is weird. This is weird for me to say, but I think Kansas stays hot, and I'm picking them 38-35.
All right. Can't growing with the Jayhawks. Leopold, man, he's coaching good up there. He's coaching very well. Could be offered any job he wants after this season. I mean, heck, even getting them to bowl eligibility in 6 weeks, pretty remarkable. All right, let's head to the Red River rivalry. OU versus Texas. Texas a 7-point favorite in this game. Just remarkable. Both these teams have not been unranked and facing each other since 1998. Usually, we're used to Texas sucking, but now it's both teams. So this is just unprecedented from what I've lived through, really. Dylan Gabriel, quarterback for OU, it's still a game time decision. We do not know. And on the other side of the ball, Quinn Ewers, we do not know if he's playing. So this is going to be a battle of mid with quarterback play more than likely if both these guys are not going or are not starting. OU defense not changed from last year as we've seen. Offense looking okay, but just has not been up to par. OU though has won 4 straight in this rivalry. So who knows? In this decade, OU has dominated this series. OU though to win with your backup quarterback, you can't have any turnovers. Eric Gray's got to just pound the ball, be really good. If Ewers plays, this will be a Texas win pretty handily, I believe. But Hudson Card plays, anything can goes. As anyone knows watching this game, it does not matter your record, does not matter who's playing on either side of the ball. 4 stars versus 1 stars. Nothing matters in this game. Throw it all out the window, throw out what you know. But sadly, give me Texas 31-27 in this game.
Yeah, obviously it's pretty crazy to see OU having the season they are. Not very expected. Obviously, new coach. Thought their defense might improve a little bit. It has
Was for
not.
3 weeks.
Yeah. And then I don't know what happened, but Dylan Gabriel, obviously he got hit last week. Might be a little banged up. He's having an issue with some overthrows. I think can be fixed. I don't really know what the issue is, but I'm I'm not gonna pick OU to get blown out or anything just because that doesn't happen in this game. But I am gonna go Texas 35-31.
All right. So pretty even on our picks. We had 2 different picks in college football, different than our NFL segment. But do you have a lock of the week for this week? I've got A&M plus 24 versus Bama. I don't think you're gonna beat A&M by 24. I mean, there's still 4 5-star guys over there. A&M is bad, but
Yeah.
A&M on the points. Is there a game you like or a team you don't think will get beat by as much as the spread says?
So I picked Mississippi State beating Arkansas and covering the spread. It was 9.5, so it sounds kind of high for this game. But Arkansas did this last year where they started off really hot and kind of just fell off, and I think they might be doing that again.
Yeah, I think so too. They're not looking good. Sam Pittman and his Hogs. Anything else to add for the college football weekend?
Go Vols. I'm excited to be at the game and be in Death Valley for the first time. And I wish all you OU fans the best of luck if you're going to the game. Enjoy it. and
Yeah,
we'll
I
see
mean
what
there's
happens.
nothing better, Cooper, than Fletcher's corn dogs and beer at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And it tastes even better after a win. After a loss, though, it is not fun. It's been a while since I've felt the agony of defeat. So hopefully we can keep it going. But it's going to be a tough victory in Dallas. But it's going to be a great atmosphere nonetheless. So let's move into our final segment. Who'd you share a burger and brat with? Cooper, you want to start?
Go ahead.
All right. Obviously, I'm going Aaron Judge in this one, hitting that 60-second home run, but also the MLB playoffs. Fans of the MLB, this is when I seriously start to tune in for baseball.
Hmm.
Just happy the playoffs are finally here. They're going to last for a full month. We're getting a full month of MLB playoffs, which is going to be awesome. And I think I can safely say that America, if we're not rooting for the Yankees, we can root for the Mariners. Would love to see that team get some wins and make it to the World Series. That would be awesome. So
Yeah.
Burger and Brown with that.
Yeah. I was gonna pick the same thing, but uh, I'm just gonna go with Aaron Judge also, just because I think he broke this record at the time because nobody really pays attention to baseball like during the season, and I feel like this just got so many more eyes on baseball at the right time.
Yeah.
Obviously, entering the postseason, so I
Yeah, I mean,
feel like a
everyone's
lot.
covering it.
Yeah, so I mean, bro, you had ESPN during college football games, just like putting the Yankees game every Aaron Judge at bat, like
Yeah.
it's just such a big deal. Obviously, it's crazy. It's awesome to see, and I think he did it at such a good time. So I'm gonna go with Aaron Judge.
Yeah, I've never seen a player, or I mean, anyone do that for another player for anything. Cooper, thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming on to talk some football and some baseball.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on the show. Hope to be back, and everybody have a good weekend watching sports. Good luck on your parlays if there's any placed. And yeah, appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, so Cooper Shepard of the press room. Where can we find the press room?
The Press Room podcast on all platforms, the dot press room on Instagram and Twitter.
All right, everyone. Thank you all for listening. Hopefully, your team, I like Cooper said, can get a major win this weekend. Make sure to follow on any platform at Burgers and Brats, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, Pandora, Amazon Music, anywhere. And then CFB with latest news on Twitter, Instagram. Hopefully, just watch us on YouTube at Burgers and Brats. Thank you all. Take care. Stay safe.